Gloria! Listen.
Good evening, Naomi. The workday is over now, so could this be something we talk about tomorrow?
Are you really turning 42 years old this year? And getting married as well?
What? Oh no, you didn't. You found out about things way too soon. Who did you end up hearing that from?
Sometimes I'm able to hear the department manager and the section manager talking to one another while they're trying to be quiet. So those are the two I heard this from.
I see. They were told about this before by me, so they must have been chatting with one another about it. I was planning on letting everyone know in the department that I will be getting married as time went by, because I didn't really want everyone making such a big deal of it. I ask that you please keep this a secret from everyone for right now.
Who are you getting married to? Someone from inside the company?
Someone that is not related to this company in any way, actually. He really has nothing to do with this company in any shape or form, so I don't think you'll ever be able to meet him.
Is that so? Understood. I guess I'll be going then.
All right. I will see you tomorrow then.
Hey now! I just saw the man you're going to be getting married to, Gloria.
What? Hello again, Naomi. So, you just saw me with my fiance or something? When?
Just a second ago, I saw him.
Are you sure?
You guys are having an early evening date right now, correct? Wow. He is so handsome, isn't he? I am so jealous of you, Gloria.
Who exactly are you talking about, Naomi? I have been in the office all day today, and haven't even gotten home yet.
There you go again. I know. You probably feel a little bit worried about telling me the truth, because you're in your 40s, and if your fiancé were to see a 19-year-old cutie like me, he'd fall for me instantly. Right? You're scared of that happening, so you won't tell me anything about him, huh?
What? What are you going on about right now?
I'm sorry for being so young and cute right now.
Anywho, I haven't met with my fiancé at all today, because like I was saying, I'm still in the office right now. I'm not sure who you saw today that you think is my partner, but I've not been outside the office all day, and I have not been anywhere near him. I still have a bit of work to get to today, so I'll have to put my phone down now.
I knew it! Gloria, I saw you out on a date with that man today.
What?
I just walked by the both of you out in front of Frederick Station a second ago. You were both holding hands with one another, and as I was walking by, your fiancé looked at me and then looked away.
Good evening, Naomi.
I'll have you know right now that I've been seeing your fiancé a whole lot out here by Frederick Station. Sometimes with you and sometimes without you. He really is a piece of eye candy, isn't he? I'm so jealous of you, Gloria. Does he work over near the station right now? Or could that be where he's living at the moment?
Are you sure you're not mistaking my fiancé with someone else?
What?
I haven't been outside my house all day today, and I don't have any plans to see my fiancé today either. And I haven't even been near Frederick Station for a couple of months now. Also, my husband works on the other side of town, far away from that station, so I don't think he'd be over there at the time that you're saying. If you'd like me to try to clear things up for you, would you like to see a picture of my fiancé? Then you'll understand who my partner really is and won't have to keep getting things confused.
I know what you're trying to do here, Gloria. You're not going to send me a picture of some random man saying he's your fiancé, right?
You think I'd rather make things more confusing than they already are for you.
And that right there proves that you're going to show me a fake picture.
Then how can I get you to trust me?
If you really want to hide such a handsome man from me, you're going to have to stop going out with him around here. Now that I think about it, your guys' wedding is next week, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I suppose it is.
I have completely taken a hold of your fiancé. It was way too easy stealing a handsome man like him from an old hag like you, Gloria. I am so sorry, Gloria. But here's the thing. I realized after I saw you and who I thought was your fiancé at Frederick Station that you went and were with a different man who turns out to be your real fiancé. That's why you knew I was wrong about whatever man I had been seeing before. Anyway, when I saw you with your real fiancé, his eyes and mine met, and that's when I knew he was the one for me. And so I started waiting for the right opportunity to take him, and that opportunity just so happened to be today, on the day of your wedding at the chapel. Your fiancé really is the right man for me, and much more my type than that other guy I mistook him for. I just knew I had to steal him from you because there would be no other chances after today's wedding. And so I found him and took him with me to a hotel nearby. Oh, I am so happy, but also so sorry for what I've done. He's calling for me right now.
Huh? What is all of this?
Well, hello, Gloria. You're only now going to start replying back to me? Well, he and I just went to the courthouse and handed in our marriage forms.
Naomi, are you sure that man you're with was really supposed to be the groom at my wedding today?
I am 100% positive. And by the way, he's my husband now.
Is that so? Well, at least I understand things a little bit better now.
I am over the moon right now. Because of the man I made into my husband. But as for you, Gloria, you are already 42 years old now. I think it's best if you just give up on getting married now and find something else to do with your life. This man wanted to marry a 19-year-old cutie like me over some old and wrinkled up 42-year-old hag. He's even told me that himself. And that's why we just got married today.
I see. You went and did it to yourself. Things are going to become very rough for you soon. So, good luck.
I should be saying that to you right now. What the heck is going on here? My husband and I were just going at it in our hotel room and having the time of our life when the door swung open and some chick I've never even seen before barged in. Then she started going off about how the man who was on top of me was supposed to be her groom today. Weren't you supposed to be the bride at today's wedding? Why is she talking to me like that when this man wasn't even hers to begin with?
So she was able to find out where you both were and made her way into your room?
Huh? Tell me what the heck is going on right now. Aren't you supposed to be the one who's getting married today?
Nope. My fiancé, the groom at my wedding today, is named Rodney, and he is with me right now. He's not left my sight all morning, and even last night we both fell asleep together, so I know that he didn't go out overnight with anyone.
What? Rodney? Who the heck is Rodney?
Like I was saying, Rodney is my fiancé.
Huh?
Are you trying to say that the man you went and stole is not named Rodney at all?
He's not Rodney. His name isn't even close to Rodney. Why did this happen? How? I really have no idea what's going on anymore, Gloria.
Oh, so you're able to text with me again.
Right now, both of my parents have me under their watch, but they are at least letting me use my phone for a little bit. I'm not even joking when I say I have no clue what has been going on here today. One second, I was at the hotel with a man I thought was my husband making love, and the next I'm being watched by my parents waiting for that woman to give us an answer to what'll happen next.
Well, due to all the things you've ended up messing with today, Naomi, I'm going to have to give you this really long and annoying explanation. What happened with you is you not only mistook who my fiancé was at the time, but then you mistook another man for the man you had been mistaking, and this became the end result for you.
What?
I guess we can start back when you told me you were seeing my fiancé all around Frederick Station a while ago. Basically, who you were seeing walking around that station so much was my little sister from another mother and her partner.
Your little sister? From another mother? And her partner?
Back when I was just 2 years old, my parents had a lot going on that ended up in them getting a divorce, and I ended up going with my mother in the end. My father then got married to another woman, and they had 4 girls together, who all turned into my little sisters from another mother. Today I went and met with my dad and everyone at my wedding after such a long time of never seeing one another, and that's when he said I look a lot like his other daughters.
What?
And well, one of those little sisters of mine just so happens to live near Frederick Station with my dad. And she's the one that looks the most like me.
Then who I saw was...
That's right. You saw my little sister from another mother and her husband walking together.
Huh?
Anyway, I made sure to talk with her about all of this as well before today, and that's when I heard from my little sister that her and her husband thought they had a stalker following them a lot of the time. And that stalker just so happened to be you, ever since the first time you laid eyes on her husband.
I'm a stalker to them?
Now that I've made it clear to you that you've not been seeing my husband and I that whole time, but my sister and her husband, could you please leave them alone and stop stalking them? They have had to worry about why you've been following them around for weeks now, and said if you don't stop, they're going to get the police. So I really do recommend that you stop that.
This can't be.
And as for that chapel you went to today, looking for my husband, well, that wasn't even my wedding, and I wasn't even there.
Huh?
I get that today that wedding happened during the same time as my wedding, but besides that, they were held at different locations and had nothing to do with one another. Which means that groom which you took has nothing to do with me. I don't even know who he is, and he should not know who I am.
Huh?
I suppose that I have been to that wedding chapel once before, but I was only there to tour the place before my husband decided that we wouldn't be doing a traditional wedding inside a church, and would be having ours in a garden. So we were outside all day today, having our wedding, and we were not inside any kind of church.
Now that you mention it, when I went into the church to find your husband, I saw the bride at the front, but she had a veil over her face, so I couldn't tell if she was you or not.
Our wedding was being held out behind that church, actually, and when I went there to get changed, I heard talk about how someone ran off with the bride's groom. I felt so bad for her at the time, and after a little time went by, I got a message from you saying that you'd stolen my husband and all that. That's when I stood there in disbelief, thinking you might have been the one who'd done it. So I went and spoke with the planner of that wedding and asked her who the bride was so that I could talk with her. And that bride told me that the woman who had stolen her fiancé from her was you. Her fiancé's phone just so happened to have a GPS locating app on it that they could both use to watch where one another was, since they would go hiking a lot. So she could already tell where you were taking her fiancé. After I spoke with her, I went back to my wedding, and that's when we started our after party and danced. She ended up taking her parents and heading up for you guys at the hotel. And the rest you probably know. There you go. That's the best explanation I can give you right now. and the only one I'll be giving you.
What? What the heck?
By the way, when you saw that man's face, you could tell that he looked nothing like the man you'd seen before, right? You even sent me a message saying that I wasn't lying to you when I said that my fiancé at the time wasn't the man you had been seeing out at Frederick Station. Why did you still go after the groom when you knew something had to be wrong? And if you already had him in your hands by the time you noticed, why didn't you stop then and save yourself and that man all the trouble? Honestly, I don't have any clue what was going on inside your head today, and I'm not sure I'll ever understand.
I get what you're saying, but...
I'm very confused myself now. Maybe at the time you just went for him anyway because he was more your type, and you thought that he would have still been my fiancé. I'm not blaming you for everything, since he was willing to go with you to that hotel right when his wedding was starting. I don't understand. What was the point?
Because he told me that he loved me then, and I had no choice but to take him with me and run away.
Huh?
So listen, I wanted a man for myself, and since he was already in love with me, I couldn't let anyone else have him. And he felt the same way about me since I'm younger than his fiancé was, so he took the lead as we ran.
I see. Basically, you both had the same idea of running, and there was no room for either of you to think that what you were doing was completely insane.
What?
Anywho, things are going to become very difficult for you now. But you can't start asking me for help, because I really don't have a clue how to.
Huh? What? Wait, what? Why am I not able to work for this company anymore? And am I being fired now? I just finished my 3 months of training here, and was about to start taking my job very seriously.
Why are you whining to me about all of this instead of the people who are going to be firing you? Like the HR department or something? All I know about this is that you made just that big of a commotion that the company has thought twice about hiring a problem maker like you, and no longer wants you within its ranks. There has to be word around the office that while you'd been here, you were causing all kinds of trouble for the good-looking men here by asking them to go out with you or to marry you over and over again. I get that you are young, and right now is the time all of you guys want to date and find someone you really love. But this is a workplace, first of all, so it is very inappropriate for you to be doing anything like that here. And second of all, most of the men here are married or way too old for you anyway.
What? I was the one causing trouble.
I'm sorry, but could you please stop talking to me? It's really exhausting to have to talk to you all the time like this, and I have more important things in my life to deal with now, like my husband and such.
No way! Gloria!
I'm just gonna block you for good measure. Goodbye now.
Gloria!
Let's start with the wedding that Naomi ended up stealing the groom from. It turns out that the groom was more of a player than anything else and wasn't really interested in getting married anyway. So when a younger and good-looking girl like Naomi came up to him saying that she was in love with him, he saw that was his chance to get out of marrying his fiancée and ran away with her. They were both so fond of one another that it really made the statement of love at first sight very real. And due to that, they both got married right away at the courthouse without even thinking of what would happen next. In the end, after they were both found by the fiancé of the groom which Naomi had stolen, both Naomi and her husband were now exiled to everyone they knew. And not only that, but the both of them had to pay settlements of around $100,000, which in the end put the both of them in debt. When they both had been put into that kind of debt, they finally opened their eyes to the reality they had both just put themselves in. Not too long after the settlements had been paid off, and then having to start paying off the debt they had both gotten into, their relationship began to deteriorate. It started with the two of them always yelling and screaming at one another in the apartment they moved into about things like who was to blame for jumping the gun on getting married, and who was to blame on running away from the wedding in the first place. There were plenty of noise complaints from all the neighbors there. And at one point, the landlord even came and told them they'd be evicted if they didn't figure things out. However, that warning from the landlord only seemed to make things worse, as yelling and screaming turned to slapping and punching one another, until one day their physical fight went way overboard and the police had to be called. Naomi's husband ended up hitting her so hard that it knocked out 5 of her teeth, and that caused her to scream one of the most blood-curdling screams that apartment complex had ever heard. They were both placed under arrest for domestic abuse, and both looked like they had been fighting MMA when the police took pictures of them. This led to the both of them being hit with some charges but no jail time. And after all that had been settled, they got a divorce and went their separate ways. Since then, there is not a single person who knows about what happened to the both of them.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about the story. We look forward to seeing you in the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Lou. There's something I need to talk to you about.
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Nice timing. There was something I was hoping I could talk to you about, too. Listen, the thing is...
No, my thing is way more important than yours. Let me go first.
Oh, sure, I guess I don't mind. What is it?
My girlfriend is pregnant, and I want a divorce.
Huh? What the hell? What are you talking about? Where did this come from all of a sudden? Your girlfriend is... pregnant?
Yeah, you're right. I guess I owe you a proper explanation, right from the start. I met a girl when I came to Seattle on my work transfer. One thing led to another. She became my girlfriend, and now, well, it's just like I said. She's pregnant. She has my baby inside her, Lou.
What the hell? How could you do this to me, Jimmy? I thought you loved me.
Sure, I mean, look, I do like you and all, but it's hardly like me and you have any kids of our own, right? I'm hardly getting any younger, either. Plus, my girlfriend's going to need me around to be the dad my kid deserves. Look, I know it sucks, babe, but sometimes in life you have to make difficult decisions, and this is just one of them. That's why I want a divorce.
Jimmy, do you have any idea how serious this is?
How serious? In what way?
I am your wife, and you betrayed me by cheating on me with some cheap floozy while you were away on Seattle on a work transfer. How did things come to this, Jimmy? I'm struggling even to wrap my head around it. It feels like such a punch in the gut. Do you have any idea how much it hurts to hear the man you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with tell you something so awful?
I'm sorry, babe, but we're past the stage of having this kind of discussion. It's a done deal, so fighting it is pointless. Just accept it and let's move on, right? My girlfriend. Her name's Lisa. Anyway, Lisa's already getting pretty big. Her belly's like a hot air balloon. Me and you need to get a divorce as soon as possible so I can marry Lisa. I want to make sure that I'm there for my little one in every way I can be. And that includes putting a ring on my girlfriend's finger. That's why I want a divorce.
How many months pregnant is she?
6 months.
I see. So the fact that you kept quiet about this pregnancy the whole time means you intentionally waited as long as you could before demanding a divorce by using the baby as a shield right as it was about to be born.
I don't care what you think of me. If painting me as a scheming mastermind helps you sleep at night, then go ahead. There's nothing I won't do to protect Lisa and my baby. If being thought of as the bad guy is what it takes to do that, then, hey, so be it. The bottom line here is that we're getting a divorce. And that's final. Look, are you going to meet me halfway on this or not? Ideally, it needs to be sooner rather than later. I already sent you a set of divorce papers with my signature on them. They should be arriving any day now. All you got to do is sign them and hand them in at the county clerk's office and we're done.
No.
Huh?
We're not getting a divorce.
What?
No way. We are not getting a divorce.
Why the heck not? Do you have any idea how much of a difficult spot I'll be in if we don't divorce? My baby. If you refuse to agree to a divorce, I'll have no choice but to hire a lawyer. I swear I'll do it, Lou.
No way, don't you know? If this goes to divorce court, you're going to be the one held responsible for cheating on me. If you're held responsible for cheating on me, well, let's just say it won't be pretty. Is this really what you want?
What?
Basically, if I, the one who got cheated on, say I don't want a divorce, you have one of two options. Take it to divorce court and end up owing me more compensation than you could make in 2 lifetimes, or respect my wishes.
Holy crap, are you blackmailing me? What the heck is this? Compensation? I had no idea about any of this stuff.
Shall I repeat myself? Okay, no way. We are not getting a divorce.
What the? Quit screwing around, woman. Why are you saying it like that? It's almost like you're enjoying yourself.
You're screwing me around, so I'm screwing you around in return. It makes perfect sense from where I'm standing. You seem to enjoy telling me how it's going to be, so allow me to do the same to you. We are not getting a divorce, and that's final.
God, Lou, why are you doing this?
Oh, that reminds me. You better not think of forging my signature and handing in the divorce papers behind my back. I promise you it would be the biggest mistake of your life. Fraud is a crime. And do you know what happens to criminals? If you want your ass thrown in jail, go ahead.
What the hell? There's a law against that?
Most people just get fines, but in particularly egregious cases, jail time. What would constitute an egregious case, you ask? Oh, I don't know. How about blatantly ignoring the warning not to forge my signature I just sent you? Go ahead, Jimmy. Try your luck if you're feeling brave.
Jail time? What in the heck in Jesus balls is going on here? What's the deal with you?
I'll be keeping hold of the divorce papers you sent me just in case. I suggest you think very carefully about how you proceed next. Do I make myself clear?
Oh my God, what the heck is happening?
Anyway, we're done here. For today. Goodbye.
Look, please don't do this to us. My girlfriend is heavily pregnant. Why don't you want to stay married to me? I cheated on you. Damn it. Look, surely you should be desperate to get as far away from me as you possibly can.
Hey, Mom, do you mind if I come live with you and Dad starting from today? I'll probably be staying with you for a little while. Lou, what's going on? Jimmy cheated on me. He did what? Oh my God. I never had him down as the type. He cheated on me with some bimbo he met on his work transfer to Seattle. Not only that, but they're officially dating. She's pregnant. He's demanding a divorce. Wow, what am I even reading? I can't believe he'd do something so awful. And the timing couldn't be any worse. Have you told him about that thing yet? I was just about to when he dropped the whole affair bombshell on me. As you can imagine, we got sidetracked after that. I immediately told him I wouldn't agree to the divorce. But to be honest, Mom, I don't have any idea what to do. My head's all over the place, and I'm finding it difficult to think straight. He really did a number on me with this one. Do you have any advice? I understand, dear. It's normal to feel this way. You're in shock, and this is a very difficult decision to make. But if you ask me, I think there's a possibility not divorcing right away could work to your advantage. You did the right thing, and I am proud of you. Mom, it's okay, dear. We don't need to talk about this now. First, all you need to do is come home. This is no time for you to be on your own. Listen, come and be with me and your father. I'll make you a nice and delicious pot of rabbit stew, and we can all watch soap operas together. Me and your father are about to come and pick you up from the house. Get your things together, okay? Okay. Listen, Mom, thanks.
Lou, are you there? This is beyond a joke now. Would you quit it already? We need to get a divorce ASAP. My kid's going to be born illegitimate if you don't quit screwing me around. Can you imagine that, being brought into the world out of wedlock? Is that what you want for my baby? Wouldn't you feel bad?
Don't you feel bad about cheating on me? You have a very warped moral compass, Jimmy.
That's different. Quit trying to change the subject. You can say what you want about me, but my unborn kid did nothing wrong.
Huh? Are you really coming at me with this crap? How can you claim to care about what's best for your unborn baby when you're using it as a tool to manipulate me into agreeing to the divorce after you've been cheating on me for the last God knows how long? You filthy, despicable hypocrite! You're right, I do feel bad for the baby. How could I not when you're its dad?
Well, that's,
Whatever, none of this accomplishes anything, and it's not like it's gonna undo what you did to me, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'll only end up getting pissed off again if we carry on.
But Lou, the divorce.
No.
Oh my God, you're really going to go through with this? You're serious, aren't you? My kid's going to be born in less than 2 months.
Lou, you'll never believe what I just found out. It turns out that one of my classmates from high school is a lawyer specializing in divorce now. Apparently, she's happy for you to have a free consultation. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? Wow, really? She has connections at a prestigious private investigators firm in the city, too. Would you like her to put in a word with them? You're right. There's no use putting this off any longer. It's now or never. If you think she's reliable, then go ahead. Let's do this.
My son was born. I mean, I'm happy he was born and all, and he's healthy and stuff, but like seriously, it was kind of emotional. But thanks to you, my kid's illegitimate, you selfish idiot. I'll never forgive you for this. I swear I'll divorce you if it's the last thing I do. Never forget it, bitch. I'm coming for you. Hey. Hey, Lou, what the hell is this package that turned up at my house that I had to sign for? I mean, the compensation part I understand, but child support? Why in the heck would I have to pay you child support? We don't have any kids.
Yes, we do.
Huh?
She was born 2 weeks ago.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
You appear to have completely forgotten, but back when we had it out over message when you announced the affair, your girlfriend's pregnancy and the divorce, I also had something important to tell you. But after you insisted on going first and things got derailed by the bombshell you dropped on me, I never got the chance. I never got the chance to tell you I was pregnant.
Oh my god. What? Are you being serious right now? You're about to tell me you were pregnant, that's what you wanted to talk to me about? We haven't had sex ever since I moved to Seattle for work.
You stayed at the house with me for 3 days once when you came back for that super important meeting at HQ here in New York, Jimmy. You came home drunk the first night after going out bar hopping with your coworkers.
Wait, what? We did it then?
Yes, we did it then. If you don't believe me, you're free to get a DNA test. I haven't done anything wrong and I have nothing to hide, so go ahead. If you can afford to pay what you owe me, I'll gladly divorce you.
Well, you will? What, really? Ha ha, woohoo!
The only reason I dragged the divorce out so long was to iron everything out with my lawyer. This way I can make sure you'll pay our baby every last cent of the child support and fulfill your responsibilities as a father, as much as possible given the circumstances, that is. Obviously, you're too much of a low-life scumbag to actually be a dad to our girl, but that doesn't mean I won't make damn sure I get my money. I knew that if I divorced you too soon, you'd probably pull a vanishing act and I'd never see you again.
Wow, you really don't trust me one bit, huh?
Why would I? You cheated on me, idiot. I'd have to be a serious moron to believe anything you say now.
Well, about that DNA test, would you mind applying for it? I need certainty.
Got it. Just to be sure neither of us try pulling any funny business, let's both provide our samples then and there. I hate to have to ask you this, but could you come back to the house one last time? I want you to get rid of the rest of your stuff as soon as possible.
God damn it. It's really my kid, huh?
Yes, of course it is. I'll take the compensation and child support in one lump sum, thanks.
God frickin' damn it. Are you for real? I have to raise my kid with Lisa too, you know.
I find it hard to believe you doubt my sincerity after all this time, so how about you stop trying to worm your way out of the mess you made and pay up? I'll submit the divorce papers once I have the whole amount on the bill. Of course, that includes the compensation your new girlfriend owes me.
God damn it.
Lou, I hear you got the compensation and child support? Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, it's true. I just got done submitting the divorce papers earlier today, so looks like things are finally set to calm down. I'm glad to hear it, sweetie. Thanks for all your help, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you. So, this is where my life as a single mother begins, huh? Well, I'm ready. No matter what challenges life throws at me, no matter what struggles I have to overcome, I'm ready. There's nothing I won't do for my baby girl. Well, that's the spirit, Lou. But you don't have to do it all on your own, you know. Your dad and I will always be here whenever you need anything. Oh, don't worry, I'll definitely be taking you up on that one. That reminds me, will Jimmy finally be marrying this Lisa girl now? Well, I guess he will, won't he? Seems like he has no idea who she really is yet, so I don't see why he wouldn't. I take it you don't intend on telling him then? It's not like I had her thoroughly investigated. I just found out what I found out incidentally through the investigation on Jimmy. I don't know all the details, and besides, it's not my place to go sticking my nose in. I'm just gonna let that train wreck unfold on its own. You're right, dear. I think it's for the best you don't get involved. He has nothing to do with you anymore, and he isn't your problem.
Lou, will you marry me again?
Excuse me? Are you on drugs, or am I hallucinating?
He wasn't my kid.
Huh?
My kid with Lisa. It's not mine.
Wow. Did you have a DNA test done or something?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've had my suspicions since the birth. I never told you this, but the baby came out half black. Lisa told me he was just tanned, and I believed her at first, but the more time went by, the less he came to resemble me, and eventually I couldn't handle it anymore. One day, it dawned on me he was the spitting image of my buddy Tyrone from high school.
Oh, Tyrone? The aspiring rapper from basketball club you always used to tell me about? Oh, now that you mention it, didn't he work at the same company branch as you guys in Seattle?
I don't know, it's his for certain, because he still didn't do a DNA test, but they just look similar. But one thing's for sure, the kid ain't mine. The moment I found out, I knew divorce was my only option. I mean, I have hard scientific proof to back up what I suspected all along now. That's why I want you to marry me again. You're the mother of my real kid, so let's raise her together. Let's give things another shot, baby.
Are you for real? That would be an awfully convenient solution for you, wouldn't it, Jimmy?
Lou, I'm serious.
How exactly is the guy who got disowned by his parents for cheating on his wife and lost his job in a corporate restructure going to provide for a family? With your food stamps? You're only coming at me with this crap now because your life just got turned upside down and you're desperately in need of a place to stay. I can read you like a book.
How the hell do you know about the restructure?
I got word from one of our mutual friends that you were going around everyone we knew asking for my address. She told me to be careful. And that's when she told me about the restructure. So how about you stop bullshitting me and do something more productive with your time? Lord knows you're in for a world of trouble if you don't arrange a place to stay soon.
But Lou, our baby girl needs her dad.
She's better off without a dad than having a low-life piece of trash like you in her life. If you dare show up at the house, I'll have the cops down here in a heartbeat. Do you hear me? Stay away. Never contact me again. I never want to hear from you for as long as I live.
Oh my God. No!
A few days later, Jimmy showed up in my inbox again, demanding visitation rights to Isabella. Unfortunately for him, I had all the chat logs from back when he thought he was going to spend the rest of his life with Lisa, which contained a certain message saying he never had any intention of meeting Isabella and wanted nothing to do with her. When I sent him the screenshot, he suddenly stopped responding. By the way, apparently Lisa went crazy and started stalking Tyrone when he refused to take responsibility for his son. Things on their end show no sign of calming down for a while yet. Luckily, the rest of Jimmy's family are actually decent human beings. His parents are both super sweet, and we always got along well. They had my back throughout the whole divorce process, and I am super grateful to them. Isabella loves going to stay with them on weekends, and they love spending time with their only granddaughter. Later on, apparently Jimmy found out about our arrangement through a friend. Not wanting to risk their wayward son showing up and creating drama, they decided to move house to a small town an hour away from my place. A few days after they left, we received reports from a neighbor that a dejected Jimmy showed up outside their now vacant house with all of his belongings, screaming, "I have nowhere to live, damn it!" so loud that he could be heard from 5 blocks away. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Did Jimmy get his just desserts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We can't wait to see you again next time. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Harvey. I'm at the airport. We landed about a half hour ago. I'll be heading home soon.
Welcome back, Melanie. So how was your vacation? Did you have a good time with all your friends? I bet it was nice to catch up.
Yeah, it was nice.
Should I head over there to pick you up?
No, don't bother. We're all pooling our money and taking a taxi from the airport.
Oh, okay. Well, take care. See you soon.
Before you go, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about.
Oh, what is it?
I want a divorce.
What?
If you just do what I tell you and agree to the divorce without a fight, I'll let you have full custody of Alina. What do you say? That way we can have an amicable divorce and both go our separate ways.
Hold on, Melanie. If this is a joke, it's not funny. I mean, come on, you just got back from your vacation and now you're suddenly divorcing me? Are you being serious?
Dead serious. I want a divorce.
Well, can I ask why?
No.
You've got to be kidding me. You're genuinely gonna drop this huge bomb on me and not even tell me why?
Yep. If I have to give you some reason, I guess I'll say this much. Over the course of this vacation, I've realized that I've been held back way too much during our marriage and want to be free again. How's that? Are you happy?
Held back? What are you talking about? Of course that pathetic excuse for an explanation wouldn't make me happy.
Well, happy or not, we're getting divorced. The thing is, though, my parents are both dead and I don't have anywhere else to live, so until the whole divorce process is settled, then I'm gonna keep living at our house. We'll be living together, but living our own separate lives.
That's ridiculous!
I'll move into the upstairs guest room that your grandma lived in for a while before she died. There's a bathroom up there, but I guess we'll have no choice but to share the kitchen and shower.
I don't believe this. You're serious?
I already told you. Dead serious. Just know that I'm not going to do any of the housework for you, and I'm also not doing anything for Alina anymore. She's your problem now.
Okay, that is one step too far. It's one thing if you don't want to have anything to do with me anymore, but Alina is your daughter. How can you do that to your own daughter at her age?
She's in high school. She'll be fine.
Fine? Just what does fine mean to you?
Ugh, you are being so obnoxious. Harvey, grow up. We're getting divorced, and that's final. End of discussion. Don't ever speak to me again under any circumstances. Hey, Dad. Are you out of work yet?
Oh, hey, Alina. Yeah, I just got into my car right now. What's up, honey?
Well, it's about Mom.
Oh, no. What did she do?
It's not that she did do something, it's that she's not doing anything. She came in the house a bit ago, walked straight up to the guest room, and locked the door.
I'm so sorry, Alina.
And I got to thinking, and I realized that she hasn't actually said anything to me at all since she got back from that vacation she took with her friends. Did something happen to Mom?
Unreal. She's too much of a coward to tell you to your face.
What's going on, Dad?
Listen, Alina, we need to have a talk. How about you and I go out to dinner tonight? I'll tell you everything then.
That's fine with me, but what about Mom?
Don't worry about her. I'll be home in just about half an hour, so go ahead and wait for me at the bus stop on the corner, okay?
Okay, Dad, if you say so.
You listen to me, Melanie. I know you're never gonna respond to this, but I'm still gonna give you a piece of my mind. You want to abandon this family and everything we've built together? Fine. You want to lock yourself in the guest room until it's over? That's fine too. But god damn it, Melanie, do you not even have the decency to tell your own daughter about what you're doing to her? What kind of a miserable, pathetic coward are you? We might be moving toward divorce, but as of right now, you're still my wife, and you're still Alina's mother. You won't be my wife for much longer, but you will never stop being Alina's mother. You need to be an adult and take responsibility for your own actions. Talk to her face to face and tell her exactly what's going on. Hey, Alina, how are you doing?
Hey, Dad, I'm alright. But you're really getting divorced?
Well, technically, there's nothing set in stone yet, but that's how things are looking. It's just like I told you over dinner. Based on the way she's acting, I need to prepare for every possibility. I'm gonna talk to a professional to look into things for me.
You're talking about a private detective, right? You're gonna see what she's been doing lately?
Yeah, that's right. Who knows, maybe it'll be a waste of time and there's nothing fishy going on at all. But I'd rather know for sure than stay in the dark like this. And while that's going on, I can't let your mom know anything, so whenever you want to talk to me about her, even if we're both at home, could you please text me?
Sure thing, Dad.
I know you're a senior in high school, and between graduation and college applications, you've got a lot on your mind right now, so I'm sorry to have to drag you into this.
It's okay, Dad. I mean, sure, it's kinda weird going behind Mom's back like this. But I know that as hard as it may be for me, it's way harder for you. If there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know.
Thanks so much, Alina. Hi, Melanie. Just letting you know, Alina and I talked about her college plans, and she's already submitted her application. This is a conversation that I wanted to have between all of us, but you've been going out at all hours of the night lately, so I've never had a chance to talk to you. If you want to know what Alina's college plans are, you can go and ask her yourself. I know you're bound and determined to abandon all of your motherly responsibilities to her, but I shouldn't have to explain to you what sort of emotional toll that's going to take on her going forward. Think about that sometime.
Hey, Dad, do you have a minute? It's about Mom.
What is it, honey?
I was thinking, you know that vacation when Mom said she was going with a bunch of her friends? Do you think she might have actually been going with another man?
Huh?
I know this is really sudden. One of my friends has an older brother who was married, but one day his wife went on a vacation that she said was just with a group of her friends. But she was actually going with her boyfriend. He found out, and that was what caused their divorce. When she told me about that, I just thought, well, that sounds kind of like what Mom is doing.
You're a smart girl, Alina. I just got the report from the private detective I hired yesterday, and there was some information about her vacation inside.
What did it say?
Well, it turns out that she actually did go on that vacation with a bunch of her old female friends from school. But
what?
the but is kind of a long story. How about I take you out to dinner again tonight?
Wow. That's all I have to say. I was wondering what you might say, but I never expected that.
I'm sorry you had to hear all that. But it's the reason that your mom and I are 100% going to get divorced now. I thought that you deserved to know the truth since it's going to have a pretty major impact on your life moving forward.
I know, and don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be fine. I was already mentally prepared for the possibility of having to change schools anyway, so does this mean you're gonna make your big move now?
Yep. You've got a break from school coming up, and I thought I'd wait until then to take care of everything in one fell swoop. It's all gonna happen pretty fast, so be ready.
Gotcha. I will be.
It's been 3 months since you started completely shutting Alina and me out. We've been living in the same house, but we've become like total strangers. I think it's safe to say we're not a family anymore. And for the record, I think the thing that ticks me off the most is how you've basically stolen the room that my grandma lived in for all those years. Especially now that your betrayal has come to light. How could you, Melanie? How could you have an affair with Alina's homeroom teacher?
What?
Your vacation with your friends 3 months ago? All of you were cheating on your husbands and all of you brought your boyfriends along. It was all a scheme to hide your infidelity. This way you could all serve as each other's alibis in order to avoid suspicion. You all got on the same plane together and headed to your destination. Then when you got there, your boyfriends were all waiting to pick you up. You had your fun separately, then when it was time to come back home, you all met up at the airport and came back together.
Oh no.
And your plan would have gone perfectly, if not for one small mistake. You were having so much fun out in the open with your boyfriend, free to move about and do as you please without the fear of being caught, that you ended up staying one extra night and wanted to get married.
But
there was one little tiny problem, of course. You were married to someone else. If word got out about your affair, it would put you in a world of trouble. So you came up with your next shameless plan. You would demand a divorce, then cut off all contact with me and Alina in order to keep yourself from slipping up and spilling the beans.
Oh, this can't be happening.
Well, it is, Melanie. You thought you could keep your infidelity from me if you just clammed up, but it didn't work.
How did you figure all of that out?
I hired a private detective.
A private detective?
You've been meeting with your teacher boyfriend from time to time, giving each other updates on how the situation was going with your respective spouses, right? The detective overheard one of your little meetups.
How dare you hire someone to follow me around? That is not fair. That's an invasion of my privacy.
I'd say you lost the right to complain about fairness and privacy when you used your privacy to cheat on me and betray your family.
I can't believe this. Well, how about this? I'll break up with my boyfriend, okay? I'll break things off with him, and then we can be a family again. Oh, that would fix everything, right?
Are you joking? That fixes nothing! Thanks to your fling with her teacher, Alina is too embarrassed to show her face around school anymore.
Really?
She asked me to let her change schools, so I talked to the school administration and made it happen.
She changed schools this close to graduation?
Yes, and it's your fault. Don't forget that. As for me, I also requested a transfer from my company.
What would you do that for? Wait, don't tell me. Alina's changing schools and you're getting a transfer? Are you gonna move?
Not going to. Did.
What do you mean?
We already moved. Thanks to you locking yourself up in your room every day, you didn't even notice what we were doing, did you?
I had no idea.
Everything that's left in that house right now is your stuff. I'm putting the house up for rent starting next month, so pack everything up and get out of there as soon as possible.
You can't do that.
Remind me, whose name is on the title? Oh, yeah, mine.
Harvey, don't do this.
I'll be suing you for child support for Alina, so I hope you can get yourself a good lawyer.
A lawyer? I don't know any lawyers.
Oh, and let me tell you just one more thing. Alina's getting a new phone with a new number, so don't bother trying to contact her anymore. Even if you could call her, she won't pick up for you.
But I'm her mother.
I'll be getting a new phone soon too, so from here on out, anything you want to say to me will have to go through my lawyer. Goodbye, Melanie.
Wait, don't go. Please, let's talk about this. You can't really be abandoning me like this, right? Come on. I thought for sure I wouldn't get caught. I thought I could get divorced quick and easy and be with my boyfriend. Why is this happening to me? Harvey, answer me!
Now that the extent of Melanie's betrayal was totally out in the open, my excellent lawyer had everything he needed to get me awarded full custody of Alina and hefty child support payments from Melanie. Oh, and I sued her boyfriend, Alina's teacher, for his part in their affair as well. We also gave a full report to the school, and they said that they would be taking strict disciplinary measures against him. But wait, there's more. If you recall, all of Melanie's friends who went with her on the trip were cheating on their husbands too. And now every single one of them is in the same boat as Melanie. Since all of the children in their marriages were over 15, they got to choose which parent they were going to stay with, and they obviously all chose their fathers. So now, what were these women to do? They destroyed their marriages, their families, their friendships. Some moved back in with their own parents, but most of them ended up getting disowned and kicked out onto the curb. As for Melanie, she has no family, like she said, and her savings were eaten up in child support. So she had no choice but to keep working in her same workplace, though now she has to suffer with the knowledge that every one of her coworkers knows she's a deceitful, cheating sleazeball.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey there, this is Kyle, the guy you had exchanged contact information with earlier. You're the person in charge of my training, right? Kelsey? Well, do you have a second to chat?
Good evening, Kyle. Right now it's a bit past working hours, but I'll be willing to respond to you this one time. Did you need to ask me something?
Sure. I have a complaint to make.
Complaint? Today was your first day coming into the office, so what kind of complaint could you have?
Well, here you go. I want someone else besides you.
Someone else beside me?
The CEO, Mr. Connors, well, he told me that he'd make sure the woman in charge of my training would be both sexy and young. At least that's what he was telling me. I'm not saying you're not sexy or anything, because there's still some curvature to you, but I want someone closer to my age than that of my grandpa's age. You are not what I wanted, so you need to change with someone else. How about that girl 2 seats down from me? She looks like the perfect type of girl that would be able to get my attention. Well, there you go. Get that girl to take your place, please.
You hold it right there, Kyle.
Huh?
I understand that you may not be fond of me training you, but there's no way you can easily ask for someone to take my place now, as we've already started your training.
What? Why can't you just get someone else?
Because I was asked by the CEO personally to come and be your trainer. And unless he is the one telling me to change with someone else, I'm not budging. So unless something serious comes up that gets in our way, you're stuck with me until the very end of your training.
What? Seriously? All I'm asking is for you to let that cute girl take your place.
If you're talking about Lexi, she will be going on short-term leave come next week. So she cannot be your trainer.
Huh? Short-term leave? Is she pregnant or something?
That's right. Right now, it might be hard to tell since her belly isn't too large yet, but she has been feeling worse and worse coming into the office, so she had asked to work from home. Basically, she's on maternity leave and won't be coming back to work for the next 3 or 4 months.
What the heck? Not only is she married, but she's also pregnant? I thought I had just found the perfect girl to flirt with at work and everything. And that's why she didn't really respond to me well earlier when I went and asked her out.
Her husband just so happens to be the son of this company's biggest shareholder, so I would stay away from her if I were you, Kyle.
What? Alright then. Let's just forget about everything I just said there. Jeez, man. I was joking around. Aha!
Yeah, anyway. Tomorrow, would you please try to come into work on time?
Huh?
Today was your first day of work, yet you came in later than asked, and didn't give any of us a call to let us know you would be late. Do you think that's a very good thing to be doing on your first day? I understand that in certain situations, there are emergencies that cause one to be late. But from what you told me, you had just overslept. And that's not a good sign of what's to come to you. So, please, try to be better tomorrow.
What is this? You're upset over something as tiny as that?
Something as tiny as this? You were late to work on your first day and didn't even have a good reason for it.
I am family with the CEO.
Yes, I'm very much aware of that. And
The next time I have to hear you being sassy with me, well, we'll see what happens to your place in this company. So watch your tongue, Kelsey.
Kyle, I believe that I told you before that if you're going to be late, I would like you to inform us of that, correct?
What? It's you again? I'm just running a little late and you're already going on for my ear about it? Shut up. You need to get late or something.
I think we need to do something about the way you talk and behave around me.
Huh?
If we don't change the way you act right now, then when the time comes that we have customers coming here for visits and you're tasked with going to see them, there will be huge consequences.
Huh?
Now tell me, when are you going to be coming into work today?
I could come there anytime I'd like.
No, you cannot. Just tell me what time you think you can be in by, and I won't escalate this situation any further.
Shut the hell up, you old hag.
Kyle, you have been coming in late to work 3 days in a row now.
You again? Seriously, you start being such an annoying woman way too early in the morning. Everyone is late to work, alright? Why do you always have to dig into me about it?
Everyone, you say?
There are those two from General Affairs who are always coming in at 10 a.m. every day. Why aren't those two getting into any trouble for being late?
That's because those two are part-time workers here.
Huh? Part-timers?
They both are scheduled to work here 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. during the week, and so neither of those two are coming in late. There also happens to be part-time workers here coming in from 11 to 4 p.m. and 9 until 2 p.m. And of course, when they are running late, they call to let the company know. There is not a single person in this company who just shows up whenever they want to without letting anyone at the office know.
What? What the heck? I don't think you can get away with chewing one of the CEO's family members out like this.
And what are you going to do about it?
I'm going back home. Today I'm taking the day off.
What?
And my reason for having to take the day off is this. Due to your horrible behavior towards me, I've been hurt and need to go rest. There. I've told you I'm not coming in. Are you happy?
Excuse me, Kyle.
And later on, telling the CEO about how rude you've been to me, and that something needs to be done about you. I hope you're prepared for that. Ha ha! Excuse me, Kelsey. Do you have a moment to talk with me?
Hello, Mr. Connors. I have time.
For the past few days, you've been the one in charge of training Kyle, correct?
Yes, that's me.
I've heard from the department manager that there have been some issues between you two. I would like to ask you a few more questions in person about how he's doing right now. So would you please be able to stop by my office on your way out of the office today? I really want to know how things have been going these past 3 days.
Understood.
I'm sorry for having to contact you like this. I'm sure you don't find it very professional of me to be contacting you through text, and I bet most of the other employees here would not like that either.
You don't have to worry, Mr. Connors. And thank you for reaching out to me. This is the reason you and I exchanged our phone numbers in the first place, so please do not feel as though it's wrong of you to text me when you have something to tell me.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Now I should be able to come into your office here sooner rather than later, since I'm almost finished with my work for today. Give me about 30 minutes, please.
Sounds good. I'll be waiting. Yo, Kelsey. I'm getting a settlement for you now.
What was that?
I thought about this for a long while as I was riding on the train back home. You have to be screwed in the head chewing one of the CEO's family members out like that. And because of that, you really hurt my feelings. So you're fired. You'll be paying me $150,000 in damages.
I was wondering what you were going to say to me this time. Unfortunately, the CEO of this company is a bit more mature than you, and he will not ever fire me over something as ridiculous as your claim.
It's because the CEO is so smart and mature that he'll be siding with me on this one. Are you ready for this, Kelsey? I'm not just the new boy in town, but a relative of the CEO. And that means I sit right next to the CEO on the company ladder. I'm his only family in the company, making me the next in charge. And I'm pretty sure that soon he'll be asking me to take his place as the next CEO. Therefore, I have every right to fire you when I want to. And then, I will use one of his company's lawyers to take you to court and get that settlement. To sum it all up for you, this is the law of the jungle. That means, including you, must bow down to me, or else you will be killed off. If you understand what I'm saying, then this means you're fired, and you owe me $150,000.
Is that right, Kyle? Understood. Then I will hand in my resignation.
Oh, gonna suck having to wake up tomorrow and not have a job again, right?
I have been able to accrue quite a lot of PTO from this company so far, so I will be using that for this next week or so. Which means I won't technically be leaving until Friday.
What? So you're not gonna be gone tomorrow?
And like most other situations, when someone puts in their letter of resignation, they are putting in their 2 weeks and don't have to leave immediately.
Well, whatever. And just to forewarn you, you're not getting any money for leaving this company. No package or nothing. Idiot!
Currently, Mr. Connors is watching over this conversation we've had.
What? Kelsey! Yo, answer my dang calls. I've been calling and messaging you so many times now.
What? Is this you, Kyle?
You have time to check your dang phone. So why haven't you been doing so this whole time?
I noticed that my phone was lighting up a couple of times, but now that I had a look at it, 500 missed calls? That's a little scary, Kyle. Should I be worried?
I had to because you wouldn't respond to me.
I'm sorry. This whole morning I was very busy and did not have my phone on me as it was in my desk.
Huh? Busy?
You heard from the CEO already, right? I'm going to be changing jobs to one of the sister companies to this one and will not be coming back here afterwards.
That's right, I know about that.
So I've been talking with that company and making sure that I have everything ready for the move over there.
What is going on with you? How come you haven't been fired yet after you were just chewing out a member of the CEO's family? And why the hell are you able to move over to that sister company which is much larger than this one? Why?
I was actually supposed to be moving into that company about a month ago or so.
What?
And while I was getting myself all set up to leave here, Mr. Connors came to me about something. He told me that he was having to take one of his problematic family members and would need help with them. So he asked me to become the trainer and said that I'd have to wait a month or so before I could leave to go to the sister company.
Problematic family member?
But considering that you have not been able to take your responsibility for your new job here, Mr. Connors has decided that he has no other choice but to let you go.
What?
Which now means that I no longer need to train you anymore and can't begin my move to the sister company. We had that talk a few days ago, the CEO and I. So there you are, Kyle. Do you feel that you're all caught up now?
Why am I being let go? Me? Family of the CEO and the next CEO of this company?
Perhaps you should be asking someone like the CEO that question and not me.
What?
I will let him know right now that you are wanting to have the talk with him. So please, give me a few minutes.
Kyle. Hey, do you know that it's the wrong choice having me fired, right? The reason I came here in the first place is because I'm next in line to become the CEO, right? If you were put at the top of this company ever, It would only be a matter of days before the company went completely under. What? I've heard from your dad that when you were working for him, he had to talk to you 3 times about how you'd be fired for the way you acted in the workplace. 3 times. This all has been talked about throughout the entire family, and we now all call you the problematic child. Well, before you were fired from your dad's company, he came to me asking if I'd be able to take you on, and maybe even put you in your place. He came to me crying and begging for me to take you, Kyle. That's when I finally gave in and told him he could send you my way, and I'd figure out something to do with you. Really? I didn't want you coming to my company after all the things I'd heard. But I am your uncle, and so I have just as much responsibility for you as the rest of the family. I thought that at first there would be some hope for you if you got the proper training and were put in line. But it seems that your attitude is too strong, even for the best of my employees. And now, I regret taking you on. I never thought that you would come into my company thinking you'd become the next CEO after me and could act however you wanted, coming in late your first 3 days here? But what? I'm the next person in line. And I just said you were not. I'll have you know that the next person in line to becoming the CEO would never be late to work. What? I really thought that by putting someone like Kelsey in charge of you, she'd be able to knock you into shape with all her warnings and everything. Ugh, you don't have to come here to work anymore. What? Wait, that's not good. If I lose my job here. You were in debt with your dad, right? Before this, you had gone out with a married woman and her husband asked for a settlement from you. You cried that you had no clue she was married, but there were texts from conversations with her saying you wish she would just leave her husband and take you. You were also found stalking a college student, and she asked for a settlement from you. You tried to fight that as well, but there was video evidence of you on campus following her back to her dorm room. And since it was on the first floor, you would sit outside her window at night tapping on it. In the end, your dad was left having to pay around $60,000 to those 2 people for what you had done, because you had no money at all after spending it on things like the strip club and video games. I know a lot about you, Kyle, so don't think that you have anything else that you can say to me that will change my decision here. But please, let me stay in your company so that I can make all that money back. I promise after I've paid my dad, I will leave your company and go find somewhere else to work. Not happening. Why not? When you came to work your first day, you repeatedly asked Lexi to go to a hotel near here with you. Wait. I had no idea at the time that her husband is the son of the company's biggest shareholder. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. The problem here is that she did not want to go out with you and told you many times, yet you proceeded to ask her over and over again. I could not allow someone as dangerous as you to stay in my company, since I had plenty of people that I need to protect. Then from now on, I'll take my job seriously. I won't talk with any of the female employees anymore, and I will no longer bring anything up about being the next CEO in line. So please. Now, allow me to introduce you to your next place of work. Huh? Kelsey was the one who recommended this place. Now, I wasn't so sure it would be a good fit for you at first, but then again, you haven't been working very well in an office-based environment. So listen. This is your very last chance at staying a decent member of the society. If you cannot even behave yourself well here, then you are going to be screwed and will have to figure things out on your own. What? Huh? You will be moving into a dormitory, so please get all your things ready to move by the end of the day. I've asked the owner of that company to go and pick you up from your house, so expect them to be here soon in a black SUV. What the hell? What company? You'll know when you get there. I'm scared to go there without knowing anything. I'm sure you are. Good luck, nephew.
The company that I recommended the CEO send Kyle to happens to be a granite mining company out in the middle of the mountains, where he'll have to stay for 6 months at a time and will work hard. It just so happens that Kyle knew the owner of that company, as they are close friends to his family. And when he pulled up to the housing area, the company's dorms in the black SUV, he came out to see them, waiting for him, and then he screamed. It was so loud of a scream that it made people's ears ring. And once Kyle had been brought to his room, some of the other employees came to check on him, and that's where he began to learn that this company hired a lot of ex-convicts with the goal of turning their lives around. They all asked Kyle what crimes he had committed before, only for them to learn that he was sent there for being a massive brat. A little while after starting his new job there, I heard about how Kyle has been tasked with one of the worst jobs in the company, and that's having to carry chunks of granite back and forth between the crushers for 8 hours a day. From what Mr. Connors told me after he had let go of Kyle, he contracted to work for that company for 3 years in order for him to pay off the debt to his father. All I can say to that is, good luck, Kyle. As for myself, I was able to leave Mr. Connor's company now too long after Kyle was let go, and now I'm working for the sister company, which is much larger and a lot more strict as well. The CEO here happens to be Mr. Connor's aunt and is soon expecting to leave her position as the CEO really soon so that she can retire. A few good words had been put in for me about my accomplishments before, and about how hard I had to work with Kyle and try to train him for 3 days. With all of those things combined, the CEO had asked me if I'd like to take her position when she retires. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see if I want that kind of responsibility or not. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about this story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.